As we continue with the best of the story, how God is working in the lives of people here at LCU, I'm here with Molly Vardeman from Slayton. She is a graduate level student in the School of Business. Molly, thanks so much for joining us today and being a part of the best of the story.
Thanks for having me out. I'm very excited to talk to you.
Well, today I wore my jeans and boots just for this interview with you because you have such a cool story of ag and business and life and how it all comes together. So let's get started. Tell me about your first school experience that was face-to-face.
Yes, sir. My first school experience that was face-to-face was here at LCU. Growing up, I was homeschooled from first grade till high school, and I had never been to school in person. I did my undergraduate degree online, and so this was my first experience in an actual classroom.
So how was that? Because you've gone for 14, 15 years online or at home, and then all of a sudden you jump into graduate school face-to-face. How was that in interaction with other students and professors? Was it a good experience or a bad experience?
It was a very good experience. I was really nervous coming into it because I'd never really interacted with people in this setting, but I love how small the classes were. It was really just nice and manageable. I remember when I was trying to decide where I wanted to go to school, I sat in the parking lot of Tech and I was watching all of the people come in and out, and it's like, I'm not really sure this is for me.
That's awesome. So I want to hear a little bit about your typical day, okay? So most students are committed to going to school full-time, but you have a couple other jobs. Can you describe and talk about that a little bit?
Yes, sir. So it depends on whichever day of the week it is. During the weekends, I'll get up at like 6 in the morning. We'll clean off the cotton strippers because we're harvesting cotton right now. And then we'll load up the wrap, do the daily maintenance. And then the first team will get on the machines and run 4 or 5 hours. And during that time, I'll be working on tractors, I'll be planting wheat or doing some field prep for our cover rotation crop. And then after a few hours of the guys running, I'll get on the stripper and I'll run the stripper from, typically it's about 6 in the evening until it gets too humid in the morning, about 2 or 3, or sometimes I go from 6 until 6.
So you're out working until 6 a.m.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna grab a little bit of sleep. When do you have time for homework?
I make it a point to have my Mondays set aside for a lot of my homework. I have 3 classes on Monday and they're spaced out kind of far apart. So I show up in the morning and I'm here at the school until about 10 at night when the CPA review class gets out. And I try to do as much of my schoolwork in that time as possible. And sometimes I'll do my homework on the tractors, and we have a GPS guidance, so the tractors can drive themselves in a lot of places. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to read your textbook or something along those lines.
That's awesome. Molly, you graduate this December with a graduate degree in accounting, master's degree in accounting. Okay, what do you plan to do with that degree with all of these other skill sets that you have?
I would really like to do a public accounting position for a few years and really get experience in accounting and build it up as something that I can have for myself if there's ever a reason where I can't be a farmer or a rancher. Because the way agriculture works is you're gambling every year on basically nature. You're assuming it's gonna rain, you're assuming that the market's gonna be good, you're assuming that you're gonna be able to make a crop every year. And that's not always feasible, and sometimes it's nice to have something in your back pocket to have if something goes wrong.
Yeah, so tell me how prepared do you feel for not going into farming and ranching, okay, but accounting? How prepared do you think LCU has made you to go into that world?
I think it's prepared me a lot. I feel like all of our assignments are very well made, where they're really simulating what's going on in an actual firm. I know I was in advanced tax last semester, And I also had a tax internship, and it was really nice because I would do my homework and then go to my internship, and it was actually the same thing. And so I felt very prepared to step into like a public accounting space because it was a lot like my homework and a lot like what we were learning in class.
So one of the most important questions I think I could ask to a student here at Lubbock Christian, because of the uniqueness of Lubbock Christian, is how is God working in your life? And where have you seen His presence while you've been here at LCU?
It's in all of the people on the campus, honestly. I mean, everybody here is super nice and super sweet, and they're just always willing to help you. And I think that's where I've seen God's hand in a lot of this, is people and just everybody being happy, and everybody's just so encouraging all of the time.
So you've grown academically, you've grown spiritually, you've had a busy couple years while you've been here on campus. What's one takeaway that you have from your time at LCU?
Really, I think it's just keep going. Don't let yourself get too bogged down in your homework or everything. If it feels like it's a lot, if you just keep going, you'll get through it.
You're amazing, and I'm really proud of what you've accomplished and your graduation coming up. So thank you for spending time with us on The Best of the Story.
Thank you.